Religiously, understand the seven principles of hell. You'll understand the seven demons within you. You'll understand that whole concept. It's a whole metaphysical concept. We ain't go over that, but anyway, so from a spiritual standpoint now when we say demons are owners, what happens when you vibrate in that frequency, when you have those emotions? Understand what emotions are.
Check this out, coach. In a family of tradition, I stand out like a sore thumb. Born into the wrong lineage, feeling like I'm on the run. Surrounded by expectations that I can never meet. Yearning for a different fate, longing for retreat.
Religiously, understand the seven principles of hell. You'll understand the seven demons.
Come here.
Religiously, understand the seven principles of hell. You'll understand the seven demons within you. You'll understand that whole concept. It's a whole metaphysical concept. We ain't go over that, but anyway, so
hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble morning. Continue to have a blessed and humble day. This y'all show you Racheal. I want to welcome all of y'all to the Writers for Life. Brings you the Let's Talk About It podcast, y'all, man. It is going down here in Philly, man. It's the people versus power. Philly strike demands answers. It's a lot going down, man. Like, I don't know if it's just happening in Philly, but I do know that this is what's happening right now in Philly, right? The strike started yesterday. So Philly is going under strike, right? Philadelphia workers, 33, the biggest council, the 33 council, right, in Philadelphia has gone under strike since yesterday, right? It's crazy how, they've been showing videos how the trash has been piling up. I mean, on this side, I might see it when I start walking around, but I haven't walked around yet, so I might see it later on. But they're saying the trashes are piling up, right? They're saying they're going to have issues with the 911 responders. There's going to be long call waits for 911 and much more. The trash truck drivers are on strike. The Philadelphia Water Department is on strike, right? What does it say about a city when the workers who keep it running can't afford to live in it? Are wage demands unreasonable or a reflection of rising costs and stagnant pay? Should essential workers like sanitation crew and 911 dispatchers be granted living wages by law? And how do strikes shift public empathy? Do we side with the workers or focus on the inconvenience? And I feel as though as we're siding with the workers, we need to focus on the inconvenience, because, I'm going to put it like this, right? When you go onto sites like Indeed, right, and stuff like that to get hired for a job, it says that, according to them, right, it says, like, for example, the waiters get paid $15 and some change and up, right? But when in reality, the waiters only get paid like $11, right, and some change. But right, the construction workers and them, they say that's a lot of they start off with $30 an hour, when in reality they start off between 14, 15 and up. It goes up to $30 an hour depending, right, on what position you take in that job. Let me see it. My bad, because let me get back over here because I was doing a little bit of research, right? So according to them, the trash workers get paid $23 per hour, right? $9.09 weekly or $3,940 monthly, according to them. But then again, when it comes to the trash workers, right, their pay starts off at $14 to $15 an hour too. So it doesn't start off straight off the gate $23 per hour. I don't know why it says that, but so according to the Philadelphia according to the Philadelphia laws, right, this is what the worker pays should be. I need to look up the dispatchers, but this is what's happening right now in Philadelphia for those of y'all, right? The strike hasn't gone sideways. So far, the strike is going okay, man. I got to tell people, man, we need to start doing some boycotting, right? Do this shit the right way so that the demands so that what the people demand, right, can happen.
Thousands of city workers, they are walking the picket lines right now. We are breaking down.
We got Looney Tunes in the building. Shout out. Big blessings to Looney Tunes, guys. Make sure y'all go check out OG Looney Tunes, man. He be a lot on Mouthpiece. Shout out to Mouthpiece, man. Make sure you go check these two men out. Great content, great conversations, great topics.
Thousands of city workers, they are walking the.
When you throw the ball, dodgeball. There you go. I'm like freestyle. What the fuck is it called? Dodgeball with the damn trash cans and shit. Like people out here spend their hard-earned money to buy these recycle bins, these trash cans for trash workers, right? Of Philadelphia, trash. The sanitary employees, right? Of Philadelphia to come here and grab these damn trash cans and throw them like they playing basketball and shit. Look, listen, pick up the damn trash can, throw the trash out, and put the trash can right back in the damn curve where it was. Not throw it, not chuck it, because people are getting tired of this shit being destroyed. But then at the same time, it's kind of like, damn, we're in the neighborhoods where people need to get their trash organized too. All right, like in front of my house, I got a fine not so long ago because people want to be dumping trash in the damn sidewalk and shit like that. So, you know, to make Philadelphia more beautiful, committee is out here sometimes. They come and they clean. So they came through here, and I think it was a weekend that I wasn't around. Yo, I'm saying, I'm like, what the fuck did I get a ticket for? I'm always cleaning. Boy, when I seen, I was like, yo, no, y'all did not sit here and give me a ticket because somebody dumped the trash. I wasn't around. And I'm like, that shit is crazy. And they've been doing that a lot. But I feel as though we need to come together, not just when things like this happen. It's the fucked up part that the only times that I notice people try to come together when it's time to, oh, let's riot, let's strike, let's, protest, let's do this, right? But if I was to sit here and tell you, how about we come together and, we boycott, stack up on everything that we need and boycott. Ain't nobody agreeing to that. Oh, I got to go to work, I got to make money, but yet we could sit here and we could do a strike, right? But anyways, right, this is not to bash anybody. I'm just saying there's so many ways that we could do things, right, to get what we're asking for and what we're demanding. And I feel as though that the best way, right, and I'm not the only one that says it, is boycotting. But shout out to a peaceful, the peaceful strike that they're having. Hopefully this doesn't go left, right? Hopefully, Philadelphia, the city of Philadelphia gives these employees what they're demanding for, But with a lot going on, I feel as though that we need to, stop falling for the trap, giving in, to the illusion that they're feeding us, and really come together, right, to make a change and a difference. Let's live comfortable. Too much beef and too much bullshit going on, and a lot of people going for it.
Including trash pickup, street cleaning, airport operations, police dispatch, the water department. We're going to talk more about what this means for you.
But first, let's go to NBC 10's Brenna Wyke outside Philadelphia Police Headquarters with more on the developments overnight.
We've been talking about the possibility of a strike for weeks now, and the day is finally here. Dozens of workers are out here on the picket line today, posted up outside police headquarters on Broad Street. Cars are honking in support as they drive by, hearing chants of DC 33. They started picketing at midnight, demanding better wages and improvements to their pensions. DC 33 is the city's largest union, representing 911 dispatchers, sanitation workers, crossing guards, and more. They've been negotiating a new contract with the city, but rejected the latest offer, which Mayor Racheal Parker called historic. She said in a statement it was the largest raise for city workers in 30 years. The union's president says it is not enough for his members to live in the city.
Sometimes you got to take a step backwards and take multiple steps forward. So this is that type of situation. Hopefully the city understands how pivotal our people are and comes to the table soon with a deal that makes sense for all of us.
Mayor Parker says,
wait, I gotta go back. Does somebody have a sign saying 9/11 is not a joke? Yo, they really got on strike. 9/11 is not a joke. What in the world does 9/11 got to do with this strike? I'm a little confused.
People are and comes to the table soon with a deal that makes sense for all of us.
Mayor Parker says the city is committed to negotiating with the union. It is not clear when the two sides will be back at the bargaining table, but as you can see out here, it is going to be very active until they do reach a deal. Picketers out here since midnight and no end in sight just yet. Reporting from police headquarters, Brenna White, NBC 10 News.
Trash is already piling up on city streets. Our cameras were in West Philadelphia overnight where there was supposed to be trash pickup today.
Let's get right to NBC 10's Neil Fisher now in Strawberry.
And you know what's crazy, right? Let me say something about this. What's crazy is Cheryl Parker came on, right, the day before yesterday, and she spoke, and she said, right, the workers might be going on strike, which they did. They went on strike yesterday, right? And she warned the public. She told them there's going to be trash dump sites and stuff, right? They gave all the locations, even though they should put out more locations, knowing that there's not going to be any workers. But anyways, right, and more dumpsters. But anyways, right, let me not go off track, even though I'm not really off track. If people would sit here and listen, right, she said, do not put your trash on the curbs because nobody's coming to pick it up, right? Keep that shit neatly until the strike is over. If you do not have a car, you cannot take your trash. We understand, listen, in Philly, it's like a war between Philly and New York, right? The rats are on the loose, the raccoons on the loose. I'm going to have a conversation with Nate, the great podcast, one of these days. He's going to find a way to use his, the voice, the frequency of his voice to get his, raccoons and his rats under control. Because I don't know what is it with him. He out here training Master Splinter and shit. But, man, they out here. They really out here. I get that. But if we keep our sidewalks clean, right? If we keep our alleys clean, our yards clean and stuff like that, for those of you that cannot do it, right? At least take out $10, $15, $20. You got young boys out here that are willing to clean your fronts if y'all not cheap about it. All right? I mean, listen, man, I can go about this in so many ways, right? But at the end of the day, this is the fucking reality. There's a lot going on, and we're making so many fucking excuses on why this can't get done, why we're not going to do this. All right, Philadelphia's under strike. As humans, as citizens of Philadelphia, let's get our shit together and do what we got to do. But people are panicking. Why? What you panicking for? There's no need to panic. All right, this is going to be over. This is just something that, the employees and the employers plus the government of Philadelphia got to sit here and resolve, right? Now, the citizens just got to do their part. And that's what I was saying earlier, right? As the people that work in the sanitation, right, business, right, the trash truck drivers and all that, right, and the citizens, we need to find ways how to get along with each other and stop the bullshit that we're doing. The same shit with the cops and the civilians. But this has been going on for years, and I've seen it, right? And like I tell people, man, it starts with you. You can't expect for, there to be a whole change one day, boom, out of nowhere. There has to be consistency, but a lot of people give up. And once again, if the mayor said, right, she came out and said it before the strike happened. If the strike was to happen, if you cannot have your trash neatly, right, if you're able to take it to this location, take it to this location. If you're not able to keep your trash piled up neatly around your residence. But the problem with people is they don't like cleaning up their fronts. They don't like cleaning up their yards. Shout out to the ones that do. But there's a lot of people here that, there's damn well nothing wrong with them, right? And they have an issue just coming outside to the front of their house, cleaning up. Oh, I didn't make this mess. I'm tired, motherfuckers. Well, keep a trash can in front of your house. I feel as though that if each and every one had a trash can with a trash bag inside of it, right, in front of their property, maybe it'll reduce the trash that's on the floor. And if people stop being so lazy, especially the ones that be eating in their cars parked in the streets and shit like that, get the fuck out the car. If you don't want the trash in your car, instead of throwing it on the street or in the sidewalk in front of someone's house, right? Get out the car and put that trash in the trash can that's in front of someone's house. What's crazy is no matter what solution we bring out here, people find an excuse for it. Instead of panicking, we need to do what the fuck we need to do.
Mansion with more on the impacts you're going to feel from the strike.
We've seen several residents here in Philadelphia already dropping off trash bags here at the sanitation center in Strawberry Mansion. But this sanitation center is for recycling only. Early this morning, we've seen several bags of trash dropped off here. There are 63 designated trash sites in the city for residents.
So if this site is only for recycling, why in the world are people coming to this site to throw their trash in the recycling? Two different things. See, and that's what I'm saying. The people have to play their part too. Too many of us walking around fucking pointing the blame. How about you point the finger at you sometimes? All right, we know what the government is at fault for, but when is we going to take accountability for our part too?
It's to drop off their bags of trash. We know that residents are encouraged to put their trash in bags. Officials say they will not take loose trash. Meanwhile, DC 33 members walked out of police headquarters as well. We know that police officers are now answering calls at the 911 center. And if you're calling 911, you may have to wait longer to be answered, but you are told not to hang up. Other areas that will be impacted are the water department, park.
That's going to be crazy as hell. I wonder how it's going to get. People already get pissed off because the officers take forever to get, to a crime scene. And something, it was crazy is I understand also the dispatchers. They get pranked a lot, all this shit be happening, but that doesn't mean, you got to sit here and take it out on everybody because not everybody is doing the same thing. How long can a city function without trash pickup, pool maintenance, and street repairs? Does the strike expose how fragile urban systems really are? Should cities have emergency backup plans for labor stoppages, or does that undermine union power? What happens when public frustration with service disruptions turns against the workers themselves? And that right there is what we have to be careful for, right? Because we got a lot of people out here that for some reason, right, they just, they just go off their emotions. And sometimes the issues don't even have to do with them, but they let it get to them, right? I hope that, something works out between the mayor, right, and the employees and the employers that are on strike. Because I'm hoping this is only a 5-day thing like they're saying. But the last strike that, the DC 33 went on strike was 40 years ago, and it lasted 25 days. Let's see what's going to happen. Like, will Philly be able to, stand 10 toes down on what they, will Philly stand on business? You see where I'm coming from? I mean, because I feel as though they do deserve it. Because a lot of these people come out here, they bust their ass. You see where I'm coming from? They want their money. They out here working for it. The same way the government want their money. But what's crazy is my old heads used to teach me this phrase, right? The government loves to, the government, what was it? How did it go? The government loves to cheat you, right? But they hate when you cheat them. Some shit like that. It goes like something like that. I forgot how it goes.
And the airport. There is a lot of confusion early this morning on where residents need to drop off their trash and where they need to drop off their recycling. Of course, we have a whole list on our free NBC 10 app of where residents can drop off their trash and where residents can drop off their recycling. Reporting in Strawberry Mansion, Neil Fisher, NBC 10 News.
A crash involving a freight train could impact your commute.
Set the suspending service on the Lansdale-Doylestown line until further notice because of a crash involving a train and a pickup truck. Here's a look at the scene near the Lansdale station. 2 people taken to the hospital. No word on their condition. We're expecting to learn more from officials at 9 o'clock this morning, so be sure to stick with NBC 10 on air and on the...
It seems like a lot of services are going to be on pause in Philly for a minute, yo. You got the freight train. It got, jeez. Then you got all the workers on strike. What in the how do y'all think Philadelphia is going to react, man? I mean, 40 years ago it might have been a different story, but we're in 2025 where I feel as though our generation and the generation before us, right, screwed up this generation that's coming up in the generation after it. Can it be fixed? Hey, if we get our shit together and find a way to come together. I mean, listen, man. Everybody has a little yin and yang, and the world is like yin and yang, right? You just have to find your place in this world, live, love, right, and laugh. But too many of us is worrying about too many shit. Too many of us is worrying about so much shit that has nothing to do with us. You see where I'm coming from the celebrity gossip on down. All right, and instead of getting to the root of the problem, a lot of people are making certain situations worse. Will we get, can we find solutions? Me personally, I'm going to tell y'all yes. But it's too many excuses being put out in the air.
Free NBC 10 app. Happening today, it'll cost you more to park on the street in Center City.
Philadelphia Parking Authority is raising rates by $1 from Arch to Locust and from 4th to 20th. Ooh. The rate's going to go from $3 to $4 an hour. All other hourly spots in Center City will go from $2.50 to $3.50 an hour. The agency says it's making the change to help encourage more turnover in parking spots.
To encourage more turnover in parking spots. Dudes, you know that motherfuckers out here be fighting. People own like 3 to 4 freaking cars. The people that live in Center City, the people that live downtown, oh man, y'all about to go through it. These tickets, they gonna make money off of y'all.
Pennsylvania lawmakers failed to pass a state budget by the midnight deadline.
However, Governor Shapiro says he believes an agreement will be reached, quote, very soon.
I hate the fact that they voted Shapiro in. Have y'all looked at Shapiro's background? What the hell was Philadelphia residents thinking about when they voted Shapiro in? But you know what? Let me shut the fuck up. I'm sorry.
$50 billion budget would increase spending for Medicaid and education. To pay for those increases, Shapiro proposed legalizing recreational marijuana and regulating some gambling games. And of course, state lawmakers are also weighing whether to set aside $300 million for mass transit. SEPTA is already planning fare hikes and service cuts for buses, trolleys, and some regional rail lines. The Democrat-controlled House approved the funds, but the Senate hasn't taken up a vote. Republican Senate Majority Leader has said that the number is, quote, difficult.
Shit. They already raised up the prices on SEPTA. Shit, the bus fares went from $2.90 to $3 already. Shit, I remember when getting on the bus used to be $1.50. I think it used to be $1.25 or something, $1.50 or like something like that. But now, man, and this was not so long ago. Like the price went up out of nowhere.
To reconcile. And happening today, a ban on styrofoam containers and those single-use plastics. They go into effect in Delaware.
Blessings, Shawanda Williams. Blessings. I hope I said your name right. Blessings. Welcome to the live. Hope you enjoyed the stream.
This is actually from a 2022 law that former Governor John Carney signed. Lawmakers cited environmental and health risks in backing the law. Ban also includes plastic stirrers and picks. Plastic straws are banned from being handed out at restaurants unless they are requested by a customer.
So they banned the plastic bags, but people still got the plastic bags. They're just charging people for it now. Like Cousins, the Chinese stores and shit like that. They charge for bags. But now they're taking away the styrofoam. These are cheaper than the plastic containers, so they're forcing people to buy plastic containers. Why are they taking this away? Is like they're a health hazard. Let's see.
An historic announcement: the WNBA.
Y'all didn't even explain.
Difficult to reconcile. And happening today, a ban on styrofoam containers and those single-use plastics. They go into effect in Delaware.
So this is actually from a 2022 law that former Governor John Carney signed. Lawmakers cited environmental and health risks in back.
Well, that's not even in Philly, though. This is in Delaware. All right.
The law. Ban also includes plastic stirrers and picks. Plastic straws are banned from being handed out at restaurants unless they are requested by a customer. An historic announcement.
So what in the world are people going to drink out of? Paper straws? Paper straws are the nastiest. I prefer a plastic straw. Are they going to sell metal straws or something for people to drink out their, to drink out their cups and stuff? Yo, they be doing the dumbest shit.
Announcement: the WNBA is expanding into Philadelphia. I was there in the room when the league made it official.
Welcome, Philadelphia, officially to the WNBA.
76ers managing partner Josh Harris and Comcast CEO Brian Roberts are part of an ownership group.
Okay.
Bringing the team to town. The team doesn't have a name yet. There's plenty of time to figure that out. They're not going to start until the 2030 season. So we've been waiting a long time. Now we got to wait 5 more years.
I know. A lot of people speculate.
Oh, shit.
The team name.
Wait a minute. So They've been waiting a long time. They got the new team. They got to wait 5 more years? For what? They there.
Should be. Here's a look at some of the suggestions. The Philadelphia Sound. That's pretty good, right?
Shout out to the Philadelphia 76ers, yo.
It's the tennis team, though, in Philadelphia. Is the Philadelphia
tennis is that shit. Yo, I can't wait. This is why I want my daughter in Girl Scouts, man. Because listen, I tell people I regret the fact that I left Girl Scouts when I think I was around 15. Man, because they would have helped me get to different places than what I am now. Like, I think my life would have went a little different if I would have just kept going there. But because, in my past, I was running off my emotions and stuff like that, I took a different route. But I'm definitely going to put my daughter in here because, yo, she going to do things that I'm telling you, like, that she would never have dreamed of. Like, I want her to take her own route, do the things that she wants to do. I want to teach her how to be a leader. You see where I'm coming from? Not a follower. I want her to learn how to, depend on herself. And I feel as though putting her in Girl Scouts is going to teach her how to be an entrepreneur. It's going to teach her a lot of more things than what I'm teaching her myself, what I have taught her throughout these 8 years of her being on this earth, yo. Like, out of all the programs they got here in Philly, I feel as though Girl Scouts is one of the best ones. Philly wilding right now. Blessings, Empress. Welcome to Philly, baby. I know Philly wilding right now. That's why I'm doing this quick little live before I get my day started, yo, man. Like, let's see what happens. They're saying this is only going to last for 5 days, but I just found out that the last strike that the Council 33 had was 40 years ago, and it lasted for 25 days. So I don't know. Let's see if it lasts for. They say it's only going to last for 5 days, according to the people, according to the mayor, right? It's only supposed to be lasting 5 days because Cheryl Parker is about to be reelected. She needs them votes. So hopefully they give in and they give these employees what they're asking for. But I was just telling them, man, like how a lot of these workers is like, especially the dispatchers here in Philadelphia. But then it's like this shit goes hand in hand, man, between the citizens and the freaking employees. It's like the respect has to be mutual. But shit, there's a reason they say, welcome to Philadelphia, baby. I know people turning on the fire hydrants, doing stupid shit. I seen that shit. They shout out the mayor and her bag, man. I'm going to go live later on. Cheryl Parker said there's a conspiracy going on or some shit like, no, what was it that they said? They said that they're trying to do some shit, making it seem like, we trying to hijack some shit. I was like, yo, this shit is going. I hope this shit don't go left. So far, everything is peaceful. The strike is peaceful, but let's hope this shit don't turn into a fucking protest. It goes from a strike to a protest. You see where I'm coming from, and then it starts rioting. Like, cause people be stupid. That's why I don't get into it. Hey, if we gonna boycott, that I'll get into. Like, yo, you go stack up on food, go stack up on everything you need. It's gonna last you for a couple months, man. Teach your little brat ass kids, right, how to not eat big ass bowls of cereal. See, 1 cup of cereal is enough. All right, they'll fill their little tummies up until it's time for them to eat. All right, no junk food, none of that shit, right? And boycott. But it's funny as shit how motherfuckers can go without working, right, on a strike. But they talk about they can't boycott. I was like, y'all know how much shit y'all would get if y'all boycotted. Hey, trash is getting picked up on this side. Y'all said trash wasn't passing around. I gotta go look on that side. I asked the trash truck people. Wait a minute. So they getting trash. I gotta go look. I hear the trash people outside. That's crazy. I thought they were on strike. See, that's the shit that make me like, Then I'm giving the government the bombastic side eye. What the fuck? That's probably the construction workers. But aren't the construction workers on strike too? So what the hell are they doing in HP? I think that's the construction worker. But still, y'all said everybody on strike. They sure as hell working out here on HP. They getting them streets fixed.
through freedom.
Empress
The Philly
said,
rise, the Philly spirit. It's good.
Empress said, I take my trash to the dumpsters. Laugh out loud. Man, people need to listen, I heard so many excuses earlier. I'm sitting here, I was like, even before the trash, listen, what's crazy is motherfuckers complaining about taking their trash. How about you organize your trash sometimes? How about y'all come outside and clean y'all fronts? You see where I'm coming from? It's already bad enough Philly and fucking New York in competition with the motherfucking rats. We got fucking rat squirrels and shit out here too. How the fuck you got, no, what is it? Raccoon squirrel, raccoons, what? Oh, I don't know what the fuck to call it. A squirrel coon. There you go, a squirrel coon. Like shit in fucking New York already. So that's letting you know that you got raccoons and squirrels fucking breeding out here, fucking doing things they shouldn't even be doing. Like we in competition, we got rats no bigger than fucking dogs. Like I'm 4'11" and I swear to God there was a rat half my fucking size. That means there was a 2-foot rat out here on some master splinter type shit. Like, come on, man. Like people too. Like I be looking at motherfuckers. I'm like, yo, y'all know y'all some motherfuckers too. Like y'all some dirty motherfuckers. Like I've done lives where I've looked. I'm like, look at this shit in front of people's houses. Like y'all telling me y'all can't take a minute, right? If y'all front look like that, I don't want to even imagine your fucking house. Listen, I'm not gonna say my house is perfect, all right? Because I got kids, all right? I gotta be cleaning that. I'm a fucking Cinderella in this bitch. I'm a slave to my fucking house, all right? I gotta constantly be fucking cleaning. So that's why I'll be looking outside when it's time to do the block cleanups and shit like that. I'll be like, you're telling me you can't come outside 3 to 4 times a week and just clean your front or pay somebody. Instead of being stingy, give these little young bulls that is willing, thirsty, and hungry to clean your front. Give them $15, $20, yo. They'll clean your front real good in your backyard. That's why I be looking at people like, yo. That's why not everybody can take it to the damn dumpster, right? But those that can't take it, organize your fucking trash. Oh, but what about the ones that can't take their organize the motherfucking trash? Even before this strike, y'all was being dirty and messy. Now y'all want to complain. The rats are coming. Now they was coming out before this shit. Because motherfuckers got these alleys dirty and shit. I complain about, listen, as a block captain, I complain about that shit too. I was like, listen, I'm sitting here like, y'all want me to keep going over here, right? Letting them know this is what we need. This is what we need. But y'all motherfuckers don't put your part in it either. Because how is it the fuck that we just got one side of the alleyway clean, right? Not so long ago, but that shit is already the same way it was before they cleaned it. I'm saying, people, please, like, come on, man, let's make it make sense. Like, fuck out of here. That shit make me look stupid when it comes to the government. I'm not gonna look like I'm full for them. I was like, I don't mind fighting for certain things, but y'all gotta put y'all part in it too. Like, y'all got me fucking chopped. Y'all fucking nasty, Philly. Residents in Philadelphia, the majority of y'all, right? Listen to what I said, and I want y'all to understand that the majority means, right? The majority means, right? How can I say percentage, right? The percentage of what I see. I don't know what your majority is, but for me, right? There's a lot of people out here that is just fucking plain out nasty. And I say it to their fucking face. It's not me being like some YouTubers out here. This ain't no YouTube gangster shit. No, man, I'm talking some real shit. The same way I'll tell a motherfucker out here, I'll say it right here through the screen and off the screen, man. Motherfucker, you dirty. You nasty. I'm not saying that my house is perfect because I got to be in this bitch cleaning up and down after fucking 2 kids. One is 15. He does help. But he's a fucking boy. He messy as shit. You see where I'm coming? I constantly got to say, hey, do this. Help me out with this. It's normal. Just like the average mom. You see where I'm coming from? And then I got a daughter. Yeah, she does help me. But the same way she helps me, she's fucking messy and dirty too. Little ass brat. All these rugrats. You see where I'm coming from? I mean, that's the average life of a fucking human, of parenting. You see where I'm coming from? But if your fucking front is that dirty, what does that tell you about your fucking house? I mean, I'm not trying to be a bitch, but that means that you don't even fucking pick up one finger sometimes. And it's true, and I've seen people like that. The same way they front is the same way they fucking house is. I actually place chicken bones and scraps in my freezer. That's what we gotta do, but people don't do that shit, man. That's why I was telling them, man. Just the other day, I got a fine. I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, I constantly clean my front, right? I even have a little leaf blower where once I'm done cleaning up the trash and all that, I fucking clean up the dirt, even though the dirt coming back the next day. But my whole point is I clean the shit out my front. To sit here and get a $50 ticket, right? Because somebody dumped trash on my curb on a day that wasn't trash day. I'm sitting here like, yo, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm sitting here like, yo, you know what? All right, you got this. People nasty. Fucking nasty. Then they get mad when you call them a dirty motherfucker. But that's what you is, a nasty, dirty motherfucker. I'm sorry, excuse my French. But sometimes, yo, listen, the Philly comes out of me and I can't help that shit. I ain't talking shit about nobody. I'm just spitting facts about people. And that's the truth. But let's get back.
The
Philly John.
Philly flavor. What, top left right there? Like Flavor Flav?
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so either. Philadelphia Johnettes.
I kind of like Philly John.
Philly John's great.
Philly John.
Because ultimately, we were talking.
She just said Philly John for a female sports team. I mean, if the 76ers is sponsoring this, right? And who else is sponsoring the WNBA here in Philly now? And give it a good ass name, Philly Johns. You gonna name it Philly Johns? Can I ask y'all what type of shrooms Lil Wayne gave y'all? Philly Johns?
Talking about this, like you want to sell jerseys too. And I'm rocking a Philly John jersey.
100%.
Cool. Yeah.
And it's something that is unique to Philadelphia.
This area, yeah.
Who else says John?
Right?
You just did. Who else says John? You and this flamboyant boy. What the fuck? You, John, Philly Johns. I know we can come up for a better name for a women's basketball team. I mean, Philly's got to be attached to it, yeah, man. But Philly Johns? Listen, right here now, my head is discombobulated, and I'm on fucking cloud nine. So I'm not thinking of a name, but Philly Johns ain't it. But if you're from Philly, man, write down in the comments, right, when you catching the replay, what is a good name for the WNBA team here in Philadelphia, yo? Philly Johns. What the fuck wrong with y'all? Who says Philly Johns? Y'all did, fool. Oh, she meant Philly John. Oh, Philly Jones. They tripping. No, like, is you really like? Now they said this John is banging, or like, how can I say it? We building caskets up in this John. Then I understand, but name that a Philly basketball? Like, yo, what the fuck? They not from Philly. I agree with you. I keep forgetting I'm freaking monetized now. This monetization is not going to fucking last me, yo. I got to say what I got to say, how I got to say it, yo. Sometimes I'll be telling people, man, I get tired of being a good girl. Some people just don't. Yo, I feel like they started off with some bullshit.
Phillies say John, probably, right? They're starting July on a win streak. Not only did they beat the Padres last night, they also got Bryce Harper back in the lineup.
Yeah, happening tonight. The Phillies' newest addition will make his major league debut. Look at this guy here. The team introduced Tugger in a video posted on social media yesterday. He's their new service pup in training. The 2-month-old yellow lab will eventually help to support a veteran with a disability. Tugger is named for the late Phillies closer Tug McGraw, who is also a U.S. Marine.
Oh. They got a puppy to support the veterans. That's so cute. Que lindo. He is kind of cute. I just want to steal him, but I got my own dog.
Marine Corps reservist. And tomorrow you can watch the Phillies close out their series with the Padres right here on NBC 10. Coverage begins at 1. Then be sure to join us after the game for NBC 10 News.
Yeah, there's 3 more days until the party on the Parkway. Wawa Welcome America is getting ready for the big 4th of July concert.
Y'all keep mentioning Wawa. Y'all gonna reopen Wawa in all the locations in Philly. Y'all shut them Johns down. Now you see how the word fits in? What the fuck wrong with these news reporters? Like, y'all keep, I want a freaking cheesecake smoothie right now. And the only place to go to get it is towards the boulevard. Y'all bitch ass mother heifers. It's hard not to cuss. I think it's a Philly thing. Why was we raised like this? I hate it. But I could be professional. It's just that I'm not in a professional setting right now. Man, screw this.
Ben Franklin Parkway featuring LL Cool J and Jasmine Sullivan. Aaron will be on the stage for that, hosting it. We're excited. NBC 10, the proud media partner of Wawa Welcome America. Today there's free admission to several museums. The Wagner Free Institute of Science. If it's called the Free Institute of Science, are they always free?
I thought it was always free. So it's just what? It's the last day of free admissions for the Free Museum? I mean, I'm just wondering. See, even the news, I be thinking they get high. Marijuana is not a drug, all right, guys? It is not a drug, all right? It grows off the earth, all right? And we know everybody use it. They just want to pretend they don't use it. These mofos is high. Yo, listen, they're higher than a kite right now. The fuck they try to fit the word John to name a damn basketball team, like. And then I need to go back to school. My head hurt. If it's free, obviously, it's always free.
Carpenter's Hall, also Paul Robeson House and Museum. It's also movie night on the mall. You can find our full guide to Wawa Welcome America events on NBC10.com and also the free NBC 10 app. Hey, a lot of us, right? We try to avoid those honeybees, but their work, of course, is vital. So a lot of people talk about, and their population has been declining. We've been reading about.
A man from Tacony made a decision a few years ago to do his part, and now he's showing NBC 10's Matt DeLucia.
What?
Bees, great for your garden, not so much in your home.
Today we're going to be removing some honeybees.
That's Craig McCorkle.
I started keeping bees in the spring of 20.
So what, y'all releasing bees? Or y'all collecting bees? What the fuck is going on?
2019.
And that's his apiary on his roof in Tacony.
This is Liberty Bell Beacon.
He's not even in Philly.
Honeybees are an integral part of our agricultural system. To live without them would greatly change the way our food system works.
And maybe they know that, which is why they help themselves.
Here we are at an apartment complex right up there on the 3rd floor. That is where the bees have colonized.
There's a small hole.
So we gear up and go inside.
I mean, he's the reason they're out there to begin with, man. Guys, I wanted to really just get on this live for this, yo. It is a lot going on, man. There's a lot of people requesting for me to talk about on the Krishan Rock and the DDG and Halle Bailey situation, right? I'm gonna be very honest, right? I'm just, looking a little more into that situation. But for those of y'all that don't know, Tyron Motif, right? He has a channel. Make sure y'all go check out Tyron Motif, right? He speaks on the celebrity gossip a lot, heavy, right? So if y'all are interested in Krishan, right, and what's going on with Krishan, which I'm not really, I don't really follow Krishan. I just hear stuff about there and there about Krishan. But y'all can go follow Tyron Motif, right, and the Real 716, right. They speak on Krishan. Right now, the Real 716 is speaking on a guy named Ronnie, which I'm guessing is Krishan's ex. They're saying, a lot of people are saying that Krishan's baby looked like the bull that passed away. May he have peace in paradise, right? There's a lot of stuff. So I'm seeing that side of the story. Then Tyron Motif is bringing people up to date on what Krishan is currently doing right now. So if y'all into the celebrity gossip, make sure y'all go check out those two content creators, right? To, keep up to date with Krishan. Now, DDG and Halle Bailey, right? There's a lot going on with DDG and Halle Bailey. They're still, going under a custody battle. So I want to get more details into that. Then I'll do a live on it. I think Pink Book Lessons has some information out on DDG and Haley Bailey. I'm not sure when I'm going to go live and do the reviews and reactions, but I'm definitely going to do it. But I know Pink Book Lessons has an update on the DDG and Haley Bailey situation. Blessings, Mel Dub. Blessings, welcome to the live. Guys, make sure y'all go check out Mel Dub. Great conversations, great topics. But I've been hearing a lot of, a lot of people have sent me some videos, right, regarding DDG's mom, what's going on with the situation with DDG's mom, right? I'm going to do a live on it, but I'm going to give y'all my opinion, right, on what I think about mama's boys, right? Me personally, at one point, I had a mama's boy, which right now makes me feel like I tell people I don't want to deal with mama's boys. I feel as though that a lot of us females shouldn't be with a mama's boy, because it's like if you're in a relationship, right, that relationship should be between you and that person, right? Your mom, your dad, nobody else should be in it. Now, if you want to go to your mom for advice, that's one thing, right? But when, as a woman, being in a relationship where you feel like you're in a relationship not just with the man, but with their mom, that's an uncomfortable thing. You see where I'm coming from? So, me, I'm not mad at, how can I say it? I'm happy. Haley's moving on. You see where I'm coming from? DDG is moving on. It's not my life. You see where I'm coming from? I would do things differently. Will I do these reviews and reactions? Yes, because I have a lot of people asking me for it. But personally, right, I don't think that Haley Bailey is doing something wrong, man. I mean, I'm hearing and I'm seeing that, she's moved on. I guess her new boo is Kendrick Lamar's producer, if I'm not mistaken, right? And I think that's a come up. For real. Her and the DDG are not going to be able to, I feel as though they're not going to be able to work things out. So, I don't see a problem with these two moving on. I feel as though that the fans, right, the subscribers and stuff like that on social media hype things up, right? And they make things seem worse than what they are. These are people's lives that we're talking about at the end of the day, right? And if the scripts were flipped, right, you got to think about it. How would you feel if you was in the situation that they wasn't and people were just assuming, right, and saying this and saying that at the end of the day? See where I'm coming from? I feel as though that, a father, should be in the kid's life, especially if the father wants to be in the kid's life, right? But we don't know what is really going on behind closed doors, right? One thing I can sit here and tell you that if DDG is a mama's boy, then it's going to be an issue with a lot of his relationships. You see where I'm coming from? Now, if DDG was just abusive towards Hallie, right? I mean, I don't think he was abusive, and I don't think she was. I just think that they wasn't meant to be with each other. You see where I'm coming from? DDG is a hoe. For whoever, I don't give a fuck who doesn't like how I say and what I say, right? DDG is a hoe. And Holly Bailey, she's just looking for love, but she's looking for love in all the wrong places, right? She wants to be loved. She wants to be, So, like, if the bull, Kendrick Lamar's producer is giving her what she's missing, what DDG couldn't give her, what's the problem with that, right? DDG, according, to what I've been seeing, he's out with the shorty called India Love, right? I think she's a singer, if I'm not mistaken. And these are young ass people, right? We was young at one point. You see, we all made mistakes, right? Like, why can't we let these people figure it out? Like, what is they going to do for us? How is they going to change our lives? How do these celebrities, right, impact our lives? And how does it help us, right, letting them live rent-free, trying to figure out how they're going to fix our lives before we fix ours? That's why I don't hit too much on the celebrity gossip, and I'll focus more on the current events. You see where I'm coming from? Current events that, like, the news, you see where I'm, like, stuff like that was happening, within the government, what's going on within our communities, much more. And we can have conversations, relationship talks. You see where I'm coming from? Things that we could change, things that we could do something about, right? Something that we could bring solutions to. I don't want to sit here and, listen to someone and just make excuses. Listen, when we all go through our problems, right, we all have to figure out how to go through our problems, how to get past these problems. We can't sit here and depend on somebody to fix it for us. The person that can fix the problem is only you. So I feel as though, like, a lot of this shit could be for entertainment, and a lot of it could be real, mixed up with the entertainment. So I don't take it too serious, right? But if it was, right, something that we was going through, I think the things should be handled differently, right? People are saying, for me to be the person that I am, how do I think about Hillary Clinton, restrictions on DDG? I feel as though, it should have been left off as, DDG getting his child, right? No interaction between them two if it was that bad. But people constantly do this. It's a repeating cycle. You see where I'm coming from, and they're not going to figure it out until it's time for them to figure it out. No matter what we do, no matter what we say on these social media platforms, it's not going to make these celebrities change their minds. Because the majority of the time, like little platforms like mine, these celebrities don't even see it. The only ones watching are people, fans. You see where I'm coming from, that want to talk about the topic. Other than that, the majority of these celebrities ain't seeing what we talking about unless we go viral. So we're just giving opinions and perspectives. But, when it comes to mama's boys, we got a lot of them out here, yo. And ladies, you just, you have to be careful on what you pick. The same thing with the guys. Like, we have to be careful what we lay next to every night. Like, we choose these people that we sleep with. We choose the people that we're having babies with. We can't blame nobody else, right, for the problems that we're having but ourselves when we get into these situations. But, that's all I wanted to say, man. Shout out to everyone. I'm gonna get on this on later on. I might do a little walk along because I'm about to step out in a minute and go to my little physical therapy. But I'm gonna get off this John, man. Let us really know what y'all think about the Philadelphia's 33 council being on strike. Do y'all think that citizens in Philadelphia will be able, to hold it down, right, while workers go on strike? Dispatchers don't pick up the phone calls. What's going to happen when, people are on accidents, a house gets robbed, somebody gets shot, you see somebody has a heart attack. Like, the dispatchers are not going to be available, they say. Trash isn't going to be picked up weekly like it normally is. So trash is going to really start piling up. Like, shit, and I'm just starting to fix up this house. Like, I really got to fix everything up. So, I mean, what do y'all think is going to happen? Will you think that, Philadelphia will be able to hold it down? Or will they, fall for the trap and fall into the gaps? Well, with that being said, man, guys, that's all the time that I got. Till next time, this is your shorty Rachel. We out.